On February the 13th, the DayZ dev team on their YouTube channel released a work-in-progress preview of the DirectX 11 renderer, the Infusion engine. They finally got to see a really good long taste of what it was capable of in its current state. Now, as excited as I am, truly, as excited as I am to see the Infusion engine up and running at least to this degree and seeing what it is capable of in its current state, albeit it'll probably be 2026 before we actually see it in a playable build, my eyes could not help but wonder about on this main menu setup that they had, and upon spying one of the details shown to us, my heart legitimately sank in my chest. This was something that I feared they would do. This was something that I advised strongly in the forums against them doing, and yet it seems as if it's going to be in the game anyway. According to this, it looks like there will be a statistical count of how many other players that you kill. Well, fuck. One of the first posts that I ever made on the DayZ forums when I first joined up was a post that was replying to somebody else who said they would like to see a kill count put in the game. My response was very, very long. It was intricate. It was well constructed. And I basically said, fuck no. You don't want this in the game at all. This is not something that DayZ needs. DayZ does not need to become a deathmatch. It already is now, and that's not good. And I can already hear you guys from the other side of the internet saying, but Rags, didn't you make that video? You know, the video on why you kill people on site? The one that everybody loved? Yes, I realize that I made that video, but I clearly in that video stated that I do it because there's nothing better to do in this game for me, and I don't want the final product to be like that. And I fear that when adding in a metric that records and tracks the amount of other players that you killed, like this is some sort of a contest, it will only serve to further the idea that this game is about killing everybody that you see. I'll say it now, I've said it in the past, I'll say it again. I don't want DayZ to be a survival-based Arma 3, deathmatch, open-world, hardcore, shooty bang-bang game. And like I brought up in another video of mine, 6 things that could ruin Escape from Tarkov, I fear that one of those points I made bleeds equally well into DayZ. When you start giving players a means of tracking their KD and giving them the ability to show off their KD and emphasizing their violence towards other players, in a game like this, a lot of people, I would think, are really going to kind of milk that. They're going to use it as a way to measure how big their dick is on the internet. I am certain beyond the shadow of a doubt that this happens in Battlefield, Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4. The prominence of a displayed KD leads people to not take risks for the betterment of the team. I can already picture it now. Hey Rags, how many survivors have you killed? Hey, what are you up to? Hey, I'm up to 26. Oh, I'm up to 58. Oh, dude, you guys are scrub lords. I'm up to 694. Whoa! This is not an attitude that I think is going to help out DayZ. And the developers have said in the past, they don't want this to be a kill-on-site game. They think that everybody killing on site's a problem. They think all this excessive deathmatching is bad. Well, if that's the case, then why the hell are you giving people the encouragement of showing on the front page, once you boot up the game, how many other players you've killed? I mean, you even listed above characters assisted. Animals killed, fair enough. Infected killed, fair enough. Distance traveled, legitimately interesting. Survivors aided, Lord knows how they're going to actually measure and count that. Water consumed, okay. Calories burned, okay. Hours survived. That is the most important statistic I think this game could encourage one to have in a survival game. Having it be known that you can actually see how long your character has lived, that is legitimately something that would make the game better. But when you pair that with how many kills have you got in a supposedly survival-based game that's going to supposedly be very difficult, I fail to see how this encourages non-deathmatch behavior. It certainly is not going to get people to stop doing it, and it will in no way mitigate how people do it. I know there will be players who don't care about it, and bravo for you, but I also know that there will be players who do care about it. In fact, there will be a lot. And I can understand very reasonably why somebody wants to get that number as high as possible. Look at how many people I've killed in a hardcore shooter game like DayZ, because survival or not, it is a shooter. I was disappointed to see this. It just doesn't seem like something that I would put in my game. If I was making a game where the emphasis is supposed to be survival, I wouldn't even have this kind of thing tracked. I would have things like survival statistics tracked. You know? How long has your survivor been alive? That sort of thing. Once this video came out, I knew I wasn't going to be the only one who had concerns about what this could do to the player base. In a game that was already riddled with rampant killing on sight, I knew this wasn't going to help. So the first thing I did is I headed straight on over to the DayZ forum. Oh, yeah, never mind. I was hoping to find maybe a footnote or someone saying that this was just there and they haven't taken it out, that this was something that they were thinking about doing and they just haven't removed, that this was just an idea they were tossing around. Maybe that's the case. I hope it is. I don't know. I would check the forums, but, you know, I mean, they're down still. Maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe there's a tweet that they put out. Maybe there was some sort of a message that I didn't catch where they said that it's not going to be in the final game. I really hope that's the case. Having people be able to track their kills, not necessarily their KD, but their total kills, I don't think that is going to, don't think that's going to help out here. Just my 2 cents on something that I've noticed. At least so far, the Infusion engine is looking really neato. I can't wait to play it in 2018.